Hey Leo, welcome to your December 2025 reading. We are going to close out the year and see what to expect for the last month of 2025. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Anna. I'm a very proud Leo, and this is the Mystic Leo. We're going to jump right in, guys. Please take what resonates for you. Leave the stuff that does not. If nothing resonates on this video, I have plenty of other videos. And I do have the 2026 predictions coming out in another day here as well. So please hang tight with me. All right. We're going to take a look at money, love, career, health for the month of December. Overall themes, what to leave behind, what's going to be your blessing, what's going to be your challenge, any side messages from spirit, all of that good stuff. Okay. I'm going to make sure I really put my foot in this one. All right. Because I'm real curious about what 2026 is going to look like. So let's jump right in. All right. What's the overall theme of December, please, for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, overall theme? Oh, we have clarity. We have planning, releasing, illusion. So some of you are going to be letting go of some maybe thoughts, maybe ways of seeing things or people, getting more clarity. It's really giving Ace of Swords. It's a 5. So there may be something that's been very conflicting in your life that you haven't been clear on, that you will get clear. And it might actually help you to be able to make a really good decision for yourself this month. And I like that. And it's no longer looking at things through the rose-colored glasses. It's looking at it very realistically, okay? What else do we have for the overall energy when it comes to the month of December for Leo? Please, Spirit. Please, Spirit guides and angels. What we have for Leo. We have process your feelings, howling at the moon. Ooh, and letting it out. You might be sharing a lot of your feelings, but deeply, deeply processing a lot of them, coupled with the fact that you'll be getting some sort of clarity. I think there's going to be a lot of supportive energy overall for this month. Things are going to be becoming clearer for you, and you'll be able to process them. I think that some of you may be working through some deep sort of, maybe it's inconsistencies, right? Inconsistencies with what you're doing in life and how you feel. Anybody knows sometimes we do things, but deep down we don't want to do them, right? So this is where we're setting more boundaries strongly in December, knowing more of what we want moving into the new year, which is really, really great here. And some of you may be actually processing some feelings that you've been holding on to for quite some time. Now that you can see things a little bit more clearly, and maybe you'll be able to, let's say, forgive somebody or a situation or even yourself, because sometimes when we can sit with those feelings, we become more clear about who people are, right? And the reasons why they do the shit that they do. It doesn't excuse it. It just says, you know what? You're a freaking idiot, and that's why I'm going to let it go, because your mama didn't raise you right, bitch. I said it. Let's see, what else do we have overall for not September's theme. Jesus, maybe September is an important month for you, but for December, we have Gemini, the twins. Okay, dual dialogue, communicate openly with yourself and others, encouraging diversity. So overall, again, this message is about communicating the feelings with other people, gaining clarity, or maybe them having clarity, because you are in this energy of communicating deep emotional issues for you, or emotional feelings that you may not have been able to express before. So let's look at what you're going to leave behind in December. Okay, what are you leaving behind? Where did I put those cards? This is the question every time I do these readings. What are we leaving behind? What are we leaving behind? Okay. What are we leaving behind? I'm going to get a tarot card, and I'm going to go ahead and get one of my oracle cards. What are you leaving behind in November, right? November. I got my months all mixed up, y'all. What are you leaving behind in November, Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus? What's Leo leaving behind in... Okay, sorry, I got a call. So what you're leaving behind is avoiding things. Two of Swords here. being at a stalemate, feeling really stuck, feeling like no decision is a great decision. That's not great, okay? No decision is still some type of decision. So for me, I feel like this is questioning yourself, not making decisions, indecision, avoiding things, not trying to decide things, letting other people decide it for you, or other people's behavior or something figure it out for you, instead of really getting in touch with the emotional processes that you're having and how you feel emotionally, and clarifying that for you and having the dialogue, which is what we're bringing into December. This is becoming a clearer picture. So what else are Leos leaving behind, or supposed to leave behind? Being stuck in the past. Listen, you don't want to be stuck in the past, okay? Being stuck in the past, letting go completely so you can welcome new love in your life, so you can welcome new things into your life, even if it's an old job, right? Telling this old job, hey, you know what? Suck an egg. I'm sick of your shit, right? Losing yourself too. That's what you're leaving behind. This could be being so involved in something that you know, you're blurring the line between what's you, right? Corporate you, and what's at home you type of energy. Feeling lost in your partners, feeling lost in your day-to-day jobs or things that you're doing, or having your own life too. Like, I've been a new mom, you know what I'm saying? My daughter is 28. She's doing great, by the way. For those of you who are asking, her health is great. But, you know, I've been lost as being a mother, right? Being completely consumed by something that takes away from who you feel like you are. So I feel like what you're leaving behind is that sense of feeling the lost identity and the lost self, and being stuck in the past and not bringing that into your new month, your new year. And also this avoiding the things that you need to handle, that you need to feel, that you need to express. Because listen, we can all avoid our bank account, but that doesn't put more money in there, and it's not going to change the way you are getting more money into your life. I'm just going to tell you that. All right. Okay, cool. So that's what to leave behind. Let's take a look at what you should be focusing on. All right. What does Leo need to focus on for the month of December? What does Leo need to focus on? I might just get 2 tarot cards. I like to combine. Girl, learn how to speak. Combine the tarot and the oracle. But let's see what you need to focus on. What do you need to spend more of your energy and effort to in December for Leo? There we go. I got 2 cards. Okay. Ace of Wands, the Six of Pentacles, being inspired, your entrepreneurial stuff, your desires, new beginnings here, taking action, and taking inspired action. So when you feel that inspired action, taking it, you also have the Six of Pentacles. So what you need to focus on is giving and receiving, and understanding that in order to receive in bigger ways, then sometimes we need to be able to give in bigger ways. And that's not just that. Listen, don't go writing $1,000 check to somebody when you know you don't have the finances to do that. But understanding that being able to give in multiple ways only creates abundance in your own life. Okay. So I also feel like too, this is about allowing generosity into your life in December, letting people give to you, allowing support, sharing, generating wealth. I think that what you need to focus on for many of you, especially if you're an entrepreneur with the Ace of Wands, is what you're giving back to people as a means to generate wealth. Because I've seen it a lot, like and I've had to understand it also as somebody who does social media or runs a business. What is the thing that I'm providing? What's the solution I'm creating? What is the service that I'm giving? What's the love that I'm expanding, right? So if you've been a little bit silent, or not expressing these things, not figuring out how your content or whatever you're doing gives back to other people, December is going to be a good time for you to focus on that. I always feel like too, this is about wealth, like creating wealth, having balance in your finances is something that you will need to focus on. I cannot speak today clearly. All right, moving on. All right, let's move to relationships and connections, because your girl is, I'm whatever today. I cannot seem to speak. I think it's the rain is kind of throwing me off. It's very bizarre for it to be raining right now. Usually summer is very rainy. All right, so let's talk about how love, relationships, partnerships, all of that will flow in December. What's love looking like? Okay, in December, I'm going to get a third card. How's this going to flow? Queen of Wands. Okay. Some of you are having a lot of clarity about insecurities or feeling isolated in connections. Maybe you've been isolating yourself from connections. We have a Queen of Wands. So I'm going to say for those of you who are single, Five of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, and the Ace of Swords. It feels like having a breakthrough in that you're not meeting anybody because you've been isolating yourself as a means to protect, right? As a means to protect. Maybe you've been worried about connections that that you would make, or you've been feeling a little bit on the insecure side. I think you're going to move from feeling a little insecure about meeting somebody and what that looks like from the month of December, or from the month of November into December. I think you're going to become a little more confident here. You're going to know more of what you want and be very clear with people. I think too, that's a thing. Maybe some of you have had a fear, you know, in the last few months or maybe years and years of this that you're working on letting go of, telling people how you really feel and being clear sometimes about what you desire in friendships, partnerships, romantically, work people, right? Family relationships, and being clear like, hey, what you said wasn't cool. I was uncomfortable with that. Or having boundaries is something that you're going to have a big breakthrough with in relationships, and it's just going to flow for you. So any kind of strife that you always had internally with yourself about setting boundaries, I think you're going to have a huge breakthrough with that in the month of December, okay? And a lot of success. I do feel like there is success in relationship. If there's been something that's been on the rocks, let me clarify this. I like to typically use a different deck, but let me clarify this Five of Pentacles. I feel like if there's been some sort of rockiness in a connection that you've had with somebody with the Five of Pentacles, you're going to clear some of that up. Yeah, Page of Swords. So there's going to be important conversations that you have, and you're going to be figuring out ways of communicating with each other better here. You may even try something like therapy. There's going to be a little more curiosity for those of you who are single to get out there and maybe meet somebody. And I do feel like your feminine energy, for those of you who are feminine, if you're masculine, your masculine energy, it's up. Like both energies are up. So you're going to feel a little more confident about going out and talking to people, okay? If there's been somebody here who has been doing sneaky things, I do think the truth is going to come out. You're going to see it over the internet by spying. Your friend may tell you, or you may catch this person. So I feel like this could be something that you sit down and talk to with this person. There's going to be a conflict of interest here. You may even feel a little bit defeated in the relationship, but I do feel like there's some sort of breakthrough that you have in the communication with this person and you work things out. I don't see them cheating. I see them like sneaky talking to somebody or something, okay? Definitely those of you who are single in the month of December, I feel as if you're overcoming this competition that you might feel that's out there, right? Like, sometimes, like, as you get older, it's not even a competition with younger women. You almost feel like maybe I'm just not that pretty anymore, right? So maybe you've been going through something like that. If you're getting older, let's say you're in your mid-30s, that's kind of when it starts. But, you know, in your 40s, many of us will feel very confident about ourselves. But then when it comes to dating, it's like, oh, I'm a little bit older. You know, that person's a little bit younger. I feel like some of you, if you're single, you could meet somebody who's younger, and it may bring up that kind of like challenge in your confidence of like feeling radiant at your age, if that makes sense. Not in the competition sense of like, oh, younger girls. We don't really get that when we're older. As I said before, it's more of like, will this person, how do I want to say? It's like the ego, like maybe I'm not as pretty as a younger girl, but I feel like you have somebody who's very interested in you if you're single here. I just want to get one more card on this. It's like your ego trying to challenge you, like you ain't that bitch. You know what I mean? But you are that bitch. Yes. Okay. Four of Pentacles. There may be somebody here, Leo. I feel if you're single, there's somebody you're meeting that may want to like lock it down, Four of Pentacles. But you are having the thing with your ego, like not very confident because you're a little bit older than this person. You may feel insecure, like they may want to be with somebody younger. That's what I'm talking about. Not the direct challenge, because I've heard chicks say this and I'm like, you have to be crazy. There's nobody. Look at all of that, right? Like, no, thank you. But that sense of like, how do I keep a person interested if they're much younger than me? So I do see this here. I don't see a problem here. I actually see this creating a breakthrough for you when it comes to your confidence. Uh-oh. Hold on. I dropped a bunch of cards. Okay, now I do show for some of you, you're working out issues with a partner that you already have. For some of you, you literally are going through a breakup here because somebody is possessive, overreacting here. I feel like there's a conversation with the Hierophant. Okay, I want to touch on everybody while I'm here. I feel like there's a conversation that happens here and somebody's trying to be controlling. It may have to do with the relationship going next level or like marriage, right? Like you're engaged, you want to get married or something like that. And somebody's just like, wah, I don't, it's this, it's that. So, because they don't believe in it or something, right? But it's something that you need. Maybe it's the opposite way around. I feel like there could definitely be a separation that happens here because you guys are just literally two different pages and you feel very controlled or suffocated by this person you're with because it always has to be the way that they want to be doing everything, and you feel manipulated, you feel violated by this person. It's always kind of a conflict of interest, and again, going back to this overall thing of losing, feeling like you've lost a part of yourself in your job connections, processing your feelings, being able to finally talk about them and say, hey, you know what? Boundaries, lines crossed, I've had enough, and protecting that and defending that. So while I feel one relationship could work some stuff out, one relationship will absolutely be ending in December. It's a no. It may even be a marriage where there's a divorce, like a legal separation. For those of you who are single, I feel like you're meeting someone here who's a little younger than you, and this might challenge you a little bit, like I said, with your confidence, okay? So let's move on. Let's talk about career, money, opportunities, insights around that in the month of December. Okay. Let's talk about career, work, abundance, and career in the month of December. Work, abundance, and career in the month of December. Okay, interesting. Let me grab another card here, guys. I don't know. Today's just one of them days. Probably because we're just coming out of that retrograde. Still, I always feel like I cannot speak during a retrograde, and I always have like shuffling issues where like my cards are dumping everywhere. All right, what else do we got here? Career and money. Okay, lots of bills. We have the pay bills card. What else? We have spending. You guys really looking at spending and calculating, and employee benefits. All right, at the bottom is financial growth. I like that. So you may be looking at how you can save money and grow your money. In the month of December, we have some of you tracking your spending, looking at your spending and budgeting. We have definitely paying them bills because it's the Christmas month, right? And then we have benefits. So employee benefits, a lot of you will be reviewing those. Maybe you're not taking them for the year of 2026, or you're noticing that there is an increase in the cost of benefits, which is having you have to look at how you're going to be spending in the month of December and how to budget for that, okay? So I see some challenges here. Okay. So you definitely see some challenges coming. I don't like to be dishonest, guys. I cannot turn things that look and feel like some shit that you might have to deal with. I cannot turn it into good things. I'm an honest person. I don't deal with my cards dishonestly, just FYI. So if people are like, you're so negative, I'm just realistic, because life is full of yeses and nos and ups and downs and hard times and good times. So not every reading can be great. Financially, y'all gonna be in it. All right. When it comes to work, though, some of you are going to be noticing that you're exploring other opportunities with the Page of Wands, because you have some feelings. You have some feelings you haven't been bringing up for you. Maybe you haven't been completely satisfied with the kind of work you do, with the job that you have. There may be something missing there, or you just want to feel a little more freedom, because the Page of Wands, he digs freedom. He likes to explore things. He's looking at new stuff to see what else is out there. So some of you could be looking and seeing what's out there for 2026. There's maybe tension between you and somebody at a job. You may be experiencing that or feeling that things are a little off balance. It's just causing you to be like, do I really want to stay here, or do I want to take a leap of faith and do something I'm inspired to do, or find another job? So some of you are going to get curious about work in the month of December, maybe even looking to leave. Let me see what else I got here. Clarify this for me. There could be some feelings coming up between you and somebody at your office. Maybe you haven't been talking to your office buddy, BFF, or your boss. There's a little bit of tension there. I see a little bit more of that. What else here? Clarify this. Yeah, I just saw Five of Wands. Yeah. So there could be conflicts and internal vibes that you're feeling where you're not happy at your job, or you're dealing with bullshit on the job, okay? A lot of tension, or even rivalries between you and somebody else with the Five of Wands. I think that this is going to cause you to look at exploring other opportunities in other departments, or other places, okay? What else? Yeah, Three of Pentacles. So you want to be where there's learning, people coming together, more teamwork. You want to experience that. So you may be reaching out to other people to see if there's anything else open in another department, or an extension of the company, or if there's something else available at where your friends might work, okay? You're like a teamwork kind of person, and other people are more of like, I want to shine, right? It's very hard for a Leo to not shine. We don't even know how we do that. We just walk in and people are like, hi, Leo. We're like, yes, it's my hi. Kidding. Not. All right. All right. Let's look at health, mind, body, and spirit here. Let's look at health, mind, body, and spirit. Health, mind, body, and spirit, please, for Leo. Health, mind, body, and spirit. What's that look like in December? Uh-oh. Seven of Cups. This is looking for new possibilities. All right. What else? Health, mind, body, and spirit. Okay. Got two cards. Ooh, don't like that. Ten of Swords. Okay. So, this isn't good. Some of you may experience challenges with getting sick. So be careful of that in the month of December, or you're feeling like there is like there's no options, okay? You may feel a little bit confused about how to lose weight, or you're looking at different options for something. Maybe feeling a little disappointed that something you want to do, like maybe a gym you want to go to, it's too expensive, or you can't quite put your finger on what it is that you want to do around your health, your mental wellness, something like that. It could be, as I said, the Seven of Cups. There's just a lot. There's a lot of things. You're being hit every side with a bunch of different options of like how you can take care of your physical body, your mental body, your spiritual body. You may also feel that the Ten of Swords, there's a lot of things you've done that never worked for you before. So you may feel a little star card Aquarius, a little helpless when it comes to that. Like, dang, nothing's been helping me. You might feel a little bit down on yourself when it comes to that for the month, but I feel like you just need to pay attention to signs and signals that your body are giving you, and there'll be some natural answers that pop up for you. Like, literally. Clarify this for me. Yeah, Two of Pentacles, right? Weighing your options. There will be some options for you when it comes to these different things. Maybe some of you are looking for like spiritual retreats, maybe even spiritual teachers, coaches, what kind of what you're interested in. It feels a little up in the air with this stuff when it comes to your spirituality in December. And I can see like there's priorities. You may be prioritizing more of like what's happening in your work life and your financial life or relationships. So there isn't a huge priority on your health in the month of December. And I feel like, just coming from the messages that I'm getting, there's a message to keep your eye on that, even though it doesn't feel like it's a main priority, okay? Because whatever's going on here is something that could maybe get away from you, so you want to pay attention to the signs and the signals. I do feel like many of you are looking for options. You're just sick of like everything that you've already tried, so you might feel a little bit like, fuck this, but there is going to be some sort of change in your health. Let me see. Will it be your health, your spirituality? Is it going to be a positive change here, please? Positive change in December. Yeah, you're going to start taking some action. Stop scratching. That's Sachi. Knight of Swords. I do think you'll take some sort of action. You may even, like with your belief system, there may be some changes around your belief system with your spirituality also in the month of December, because this Knight of Swords is really impulsive. And I think for some of you, when it comes to like, let's say you're looking for gyms or exercising or something, you've been doing things very impulsively, or you typically do it that way. So I feel like you need to, or you're going to take more time to sit with this in December. You're not just going to jump at the first thing. And I think that there's a lot of options for you, and they feel overwhelming at times, but I do believe that you will figure this thing out and how you can financially afford whatever it is that you need to be doing, okay? With that said, I do feel like some of this is big with some people's health, because maybe you're looking at, is it more affordable for you to have certain insurance or not have certain insurance? Are you looking at HSA or whatever the heck that's called, FSA, or are you not looking at that? Weighing your options, like your doctor may want you to make some sort of changes, or take a more serious approach to whatever's going on with you, or ambitious approach. Somebody could have a surgery here too with the Knight of Swords as well. I don't feel like this is major. I feel like it's a minor surgery. All right, moving on. Let's look at the hidden challenge in December. We're almost done. We're going to look at the gift of September, and then we're going to look at the advice or any messages from Spirit. Okay, so we're almost there, guys. Thank you so much for hanging on. All right, what's the biggest challenge of... Sorry, did I say September? I mean December. I don't know why my mind keeps going to September. The Lady of the Gift, generosity, receiving, and withholding. It's card number 20. This is your biggest challenge. This is your biggest challenge. I wonder why. All right. It says the Lady of the Gifts says that the act of withholding isn't welcome in her world. In fact, withholding information is another way to lie. Are you doing this? Perhaps someone is doing it to you, withholding something in order to keep you manipulated and controlled so you believe deep down you're not quite good enough. Now is the time for you to address the concept of withholding. If you see this in any aspect of your life, it's time for a change. Giving to others with the idea of getting something in return is also being warned against here. The best way out of this mire is to give with honesty and with an open heart and without expectation. The Lady of the Gift challenges you to be generous and compassionate. You can always start again. Okay, so that's one of your biggest challenges is being controlled, withholding things from people, withholding your love, withholding information, withholding your feelings, even when you're having some deep, maybe you're really angry at somebody and you're withholding that. You might need to get that out. If somebody is withholding things from you as a means to manipulate you, is this how you want to do the rest of your life? That's a question I ask my clients when I'm coaching. I ask people to step back for a second and say, if what's happening right now today, what you're telling me, what you think and how you feel about the situation that you're in, if you've talked about this 55 fucking times, is this what you want to do every day for the rest of your life? I don't care if it's a job, a friendship, something that's stressing you, a relationship. Do you want to do this every single day? Something to ask yourself. So this is one of your biggest challenges. It could also be receiving too, because as I said before, we have receiving on this card and it came up earlier, right? So that's your biggest challenge. Let's look at the gift of September. Let's look at the gift. I almost feel like I want to do... I'm going to do a moonology again, okay, with a tarot card. What's the biggest gift? Did I say September? You guys, I'm so sorry. I don't know why. I'm like 3 months behind. December. What's the biggest gift of December? Jesus. What's the biggest gift of December? My God, y'all. I don't know where I am today. The biggest gift is this card smacking me in the face. Love. You have the day moon. The biggest gift of December is love. As I said before, some of you, I feel like you could really meet somebody very special here. Please don't doubt the fact that anybody who is not exactly your age or your financial status could love you. Some multi-billionaire could fall madly in love with you and you broke, right? Like, don't give up on yourself. I feel that love, receiving love, giving love, especially the receiving part, is one of the biggest gifts that you will get here. And maybe somebody will tell you they love you for the first time in this month of December. Okay. All right. Let me see what else I've got. What else is the gift of December for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus? What's the gift of December for Leo? We have the Queen of Swords. There's that clarity again. Clear mind. Maybe if you've been very foggy lately, if things have been, if things have not just been clear, if your perception's been off, if like your gauges have been kind of funny, I feel like you're going to be very, very good with your judgments of situations and people. You're going to be getting a lot of facts before you make decisions. You're going to have a lot of clarity. You're going to feel very independent. Maybe you just feel all over good in the month of December here. Okay. All right. Now let's get some closing messages or some advice from Spirit. Let's see what comes up. It could be advice. It could just be a closing message like, girl, stop saying September. I don't know where I am. All right, closing messages and any advice from Spirit, please, for Leos for the month of December. Closing messages, any advice? There we go. Practice freedom. Release the weight of judgment, especially on yourself or on anybody else here, okay, Leo? All right. Release the need to judge. Practice freedom. Love that pour vous. Let's see what else I have here for you, Leo. Gonna get one more card after this. Guys, please don't forget, give this video a like if this video is resonating for you. If you like this content, please help me keep doing what I'm doing. There we go, right away. You have the ladybug. Oh, good luck. So expect some good luck. Look at that. Expect some good luck in December. Love that. It says, this is a time of good fortune and abundance. So be willing to receive all good things in your life. Be willing to receive all the good things coming your way. And please don't judge yourself in the meantime. You're not a bad person because you have something that somebody else wants. Like, it's so crazy, the stuff that we tell ourselves, isn't it? Like, I don't know. Listen, give me all the good shit. I don't care. I want everybody to win. All right, last closing messages. Last closing messages from Spirit. Last closing messages. I wish you guys a very wonderful and beautiful December. And believe me when I say I wish you all a very, very happy new year. I hope it is by far the best year you've ever had. I hope it's prosperous for you. I hope it brings you lots of love. People who are kind and generous because you've been kind and generous to yourself. And I hope it brings you all the success and happiness that you truly, truly deserve. All right, guys, these are the final closing messages. We're going to wrap it up. Please don't forget, share this out to your friends, okay? If you've got Leo friends, bring them on over. All right, we have 3 messages. It says, in the struggle, you find your true calling. In the struggle, you find your true calling. This one says, the universe will never let you fail. The universe will never let you fail. Never forget that. More important than what you are searching for is what you are avoiding. You hold the cards. Avoiding unhappiness is not the key to happiness. Remember that avoiding energy that we had earlier? Remember that with the 2 of Swords in reverse? Avoiding things. Let me read this again for the people in the back. Write this one down. More important than what you are searching for is what you are avoiding. You hold the cards. Avoiding unhappiness is not the key to happiness. Okay, so that's what I have for you, Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Thank you so much for being here. I really, really appreciate all the energy, all the love, all the comments, all the jokes, everything that you guys have shared with me over the last year and over the last many, many years. There's people who have been following me since I was the Phoenix Cloud Tarot. And so I just want to say thank you. It's because of you guys that I even started this channel in the first place. And I'm very grateful to each and every one of you. All of, like I said, all of the energy you guys send me, I really appreciate it. You've seen me in every stage of my life in the last 6 years. And here we go into a whole nother year. And thank you so much for all the love and support that you guys give me and tolerating my bullshit. I love you. I'll see you later, guys. Keep them paws up top in 2026, babe. Bye.